What is up, my friends? You are most welcome back after Liverpool have trounced Sparta Prague by 6-1 on the night, 11-2 on aggregate, more than booking our place in the quarter-final draw, which will take place in Switzerland tomorrow. Other teams through in this round, while Leverkusen left it late for a comeback. They were 2-0 down, but beat Karabag by 3-2 on the night. Brighton are out, but we will see tomorrow who our opponents will be. West Ham went through earlier on as well with a comprehensive victory over Freiburg, so they could potentially be the Reds' opponents, but we'll discuss that tomorrow. For now, well, we're here to go through and give the players a score out of 10, and of course we want you guys to play along as well. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And to mix it up a little bit today, what we're going to do is, we're going to do my scores, and then we're going to contrast the score I gives with our friends from SofaScore. So, to make sure you get the most out of your post-match experience, do download the SofaScore app with either our link in the description or by scanning that QR code on the screen. If you use our link, it does of course help the channel out, but most importantly, it gives you guys access to what is, in my opinion, the best free sports app on the market. So we'll start off with Caoimhín Kelleher, and I have given Mr. Kelleher a score of 7 out of 10 today. He didn't have that much to do, but I don't think he was at fault in any way for the goal. If you're watching it back and you're wondering about the goal, for me, he didn't have a chance to set himself. The player hit it before Kelleher was able to get into that position, trickled into the corner. It is what it is. Our friends at SofaScore, by the way, have given him a score of 6.6. So we're pretty close there. I've given him a 7 and I don't do the points. So maybe we can say that's a draw. Next up, though, is Mr. Conor Bradley, and some people were saying, has he been playing too much football lately perhaps, and I don't know the answer to that, but I'd say when Trent comes back the competition will be increased and maybe Mr. Bradley will see a few less minutes, but for now I think he was good again today. Look, he's been solid, but I still think he has more years to go through, and that's how highly I rate Mr. Conor Bradley. So for us here today at Anfield Agenda, I've given Conor a score of 7 out of 10. And that kind of tallies again, coincidentally, with our friends at SofaScore who've given him a score of 7.3. So again, let us know in the chat, do you agree or do you disagree? Next up in our player ratings is Jarell Quansah, or the Virgil van Dijk regen, or Quannavaro, or many other names that I'm sure you guys have for him. But all in all, he is just a quality operator, and what a season it has been. Today, no different than any other. He was top notch, and yes, we were opened up for the goal, but it wasn't his fault. It was Endo who was tracking back. And look, I have a theory about their goal. If that had been in the Premier League, Endo would have made a challenge before the edge of the 18-yard box, specifically if it was a big moment, and given away the free kick, and if he didn't get the ball, potentially a red card. But tonight, there was no need to risk getting yourself suspended, so that's why I think we seen the goal get conceded. But we're back to Quansah. I don't know what else I can say about him that we haven't already said. Tremendous so far this season. Looking forward to what his Liverpool career has in store. And today, I'm going to give him a score of 8, which is higher than our friends at SofaScore, who've gone for a 6.9 for Jarell Quansah. So maybe I've been too generous, or maybe their algorithm has been a bit too mean. Up to you guys to decide. Next up, Joe Gomez, and he didn't get his goal, and we still await that moment, and fingers crossed we get it before the end of the campaign. For me, I'd have him in the team against Manchester United, but for today, just glad again to see him get through another game with no more injuries or anything. I've given Mr. Gomez today a score of 7 out of 10, and our friends at SofaScore, let's check, 6.7. So again, I've been a little bit more jealous. I'm just inventing more words. Jealous. So we've had Annihilation, Overneath, and now Jealous. There you go. So there we go. So 7 for me for Mr. Joe Gomez. And as I said, our friends at SofaScore a little bit lower. But what says you? Let us know in the comment section. Andy Robertson. I got to be honest, lads, I still wouldn't play him against United. It was great that he got the minutes tonight. Much needed minutes as he regains full match fitness. But I'd probably leave him on the bench to rest him up against Manchester United, because that game comes relatively soon. So for me, I'd probably start Joe Gomez on the left side. But that's not what today's about. Today's about grading a score. And I think he was good. He was solid. And he looks like he's getting a little bit more action at the business end of the pitch where he does his best work. So yeah, look, Andy Robertson is returning, but I don't think he's back to his best yet. So that, I'm going to give him a score of 7. At SofaScore, what have they gone for? Well, pretty similar again. SofaScore have gone for a 7.2. Now, I should point out to you guys that I've only seen these SofaScores now. Before I sent my scores over to Connor, we didn't compare or contrast at all. So I'm going through these in real time with your good self. So let us know, do you agree or disagree with Andy Robertson getting a score of 7 out of 10? As we move into midfield now, Waturo Endo. Look, it was a relatively straightforward game for him. We were too good all around the park, and this certainly isn't going to be a game I judge Endo's season on, but I thought he was okay today. You know, we know how good he is. I'm not trying to underplay that. But today, okay. I thought he could have done a bit better on some occasions, but as I said, I'm not going to harshly judge him. I've given him a score of 6 out of 10. And let's check Sofa score, 6.6. So again, we're not too far apart. Their algorithm, Craig's eye test. But now it's over to you guys. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Is 6 too high, too low, or is it about right? Next up, we move on to Bobby Clark. Now, I'm going to say outstanding, fantastic. Outside of Mo, my other man of the match, Bobby Clark deserved his goal, helped Salah for his goal as well. The first one by closing down. Mo, of course, repaid the favour. So yeah, I thought Bobby Clark was brilliant. And this, to me, is the standout performance of the day. We know how good Mo is. We know. We'll give the king all the credit he deserves. But what a performance from Bobby Clark. I've given him a score of 9 out of 10. That's how highly I rated him. But what have our friends at SofaScore gone with? They're not too far away. They've went for an 8.7. So I think he is my secondary man of the match, if you want to call it that. But let us know what you think. Were you as impressed as I was with Bobby Clark today? And of course, a great moment from getting his goal as well. Next up, Dominic Szoboszlai. And yeah, I mean, more of this. I love these runs he's making into the penalty area now. And he's got a good relationship and understanding with Mohamed Salah. Got a little bit fortunate with the deflection in his goal. But hey, you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. And I thought he played very well. Again, good to see him get those full minutes in his legs. And you would expect him and Elliott to be competing for that second midfield position against United. So, score-wise today, I've given Dominic Szoboszlai a score of 8 out of 10, which is a little bit more generous than our friends at SofaScore who've gone for a 7.8. It's almost like great minds think alike. Their algorithm, Craig's machine learning. I mean, what isn't to love? So let us know. Do you agree? 8 out of 10 for Szoboszlai. Next up, look at him. Looking magnificent, happy, beautiful. Mohamed Salah. Just a little word on Mo before we get into the scores. This is now Mohamed Salah's 7th consecutive season of scoring 20 plus goals. That is quite simply phenomenal from Mo. And it's about, well, I was going to say it's about time we give him his respect, but he's got it. He's always got it. And he just continues to show why he is one of the best footballers in the world. And today, well, no exception. He was your man of the match in the Anfield Agenda man of the match vote. He was my man of the match outside of Bobby Clark as well. And a score, he gets a 10. Of course he gets a 10. 1 goal, 3 assists. How could he not get a 10? Now let's check in though. What have our friends at SofaScore said? 10. 10s all around. I feel like we're at the Olympics here. 10s all around for Mo, and I've no doubt that you guys in the chat will agree. 10 out of 10 for the great man. Next up is Cody Gakpo. Now, somebody needs to put a bit of respect on Cody Gakpo's name, because even today after the game, there were still people coming in to be critical of him. He scored a brace. He's had an all-around great game. And he's showing signs of confidence. Also, really love the new haircut for Cody. It really suits him. And I think people just need to get off the kid's back. He will develop, and he is showing signs of being a top talent already. Relax. He's young. Give him a breather. Today, I thought he was incredible. I've given him a score of 8 out of 10. And what have our friends at SofaScore gone for? They've gone a bit higher than me. They think I've done him dirty. They've gone 8.7. So again, let us know. Am I right? Is SofaScore right? Or do you have a difference of opinion? Let us know in the comments. Next up, Darwin. I mean, of course he had to score today. Of course he did. That's what Darwin does. And again, he's in incredible form as we head towards the business end of the campaign. Took his goal very well today. We won't talk about the one that he missed. I mean, he must have thought he was Haaland in the skies there for a minute when he blew that one over the bar. But if there is a game he's going to miss a sitter, let it be in a 6-1 victory. So I thought he was really good today as always. So I'm going to give him a score of 8 out of 10. Our friends at SofaScore, well, they've gone a bit lower. They think I've been too generous. They've gone for a 6.9 for Darwin Núñez. But what do you guys think? I've gone 8. SofaScore 6.9. What says you? Next one up. Greek Scouser, Mr. Kostas Tsimikas. I thought he did really well when he came on, Kostas. But I've got to stand over what I've always said. I don't see him ever really being the successor to Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. So what his future entails at the club, we'll wait to see. But for today, I've given him a score of 7 out of 10. I thought he was good when he came on. And SofaScore, though, they're pretty much similar. They're 6.9, so I think we'll call that one a push. But over to you. Do you agree? Was he a 7 out of 10? Next up, young James McConnell. This season, the breakthroughs have really been Jarell Quansah, Connor Bradley, Bobby Clark and James McConnell. They are the 4 who have really pushed themselves in the first team contention. Look, I know we're going to get players back between now and the end of the season, and some of these guys, including McConnell, may see limited minutes, but they can't but have learned an awful lot during this period. We're all incredibly proud of them. I'm sure their teammates at youth level are incredibly proud of them as well. But right now, it's not about that, Craig. It's about giving them the score. So I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for McConnell. And what have our friends at SofaScore gone for? A 6.6. So again, we're not a million miles apart. Next up, Harvey Elliott. Look, you know, I'm a huge fan of Elliott, and I thought he was immense today when he came on as well. It is a fair battle between him and Szoboszlai to see who starts against Manchester United. And I want to know, right now, if you were making the decision, would you start Elliott or Szoboszlai United on Sunday? Let us know in the comments. Today, though, for his cameo from the bench, I've given him a score of 8 out of 10. And actually, SofaScore have gone 7.9, so maybe I am a human algorithm. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating myself. Maybe they've tapped into my brain. I don't have a brain, though. Oh. Anyway, I've given him an 8 out of 10. Over to you guys. Let us know what you think. Virgil van Dijk. Little known fact about Virgil. He's our centre half. He is our number 4. Watch him defend, and if you get a minute, watch him score. He can pass the ball and be calm as you like. Something, Virgil van Dijk. Look, I wouldn't have liked to. I'd rather he didn't play. In all honesty, I'm not going to lie. I don't want players coming off the bench when we've got such big games coming up. But thankfully, he got through it okay. And with that in mind, we'll give him a 7 because that's kind of the standard score for me when players come off the bench and they didn't have all that much to do. And SofaScore, they've got exactly the same. 7 for them, 7 for me. What is it for you guys in the Anfield Agenda community? Next up, and the last of the players today, is young Mateusz Musialowski, who Jurgen Klopp was praising in his post-match interview. I thought he was really good, really bright when he came on. And again, the biggest compliment I can give Mateusz is he didn't look out of place out there at all. And may he get more minutes between now and the end of the campaign? Let's see. Jurgen said that he's now ready. He's understanding what's needed of him. So we've given him a score of 7. And our friends at SofaScore just a little bit below at 6.7. So what say you in the Anfield Agenda chat? Let us know. And last up is the gaffer. And SofaScore, don't mind them with the scores. They don't give the manager the score. I give the score here. And for me, I've given Jurgen Klopp this, a 9 out of 10, because he almost gave me a heart attack with the team selection. It was way stronger than I thought it needed to be, but he did get the job done and got it done convincingly. Quarter-final draw awaits tomorrow. Let's see who, nobody will want to play us, but let's see who gets the pain of playing Liverpool in the quarterfinals. We are going to be back over on the Anfield Agenda Clips channel, putting up the social media reaction to the game. We've gone into social media, found the funniest comments as you guys were watching the game, and I'm going to react to them in real time. So do check out Anfield Agenda Clips. So that's it for me. Don't forget, download SofaScore from the link in the chat or in the description of the stream, or scan the QR code on your screen right now. And we will see you very soon. Bye-bye.